Howdy, Brother John, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Today's the 22nd of March, 2019. That was weird. Um, just got back from dinner with my brother, Jim, Friday night. Just got back. Oh, I want to say this on my notes so I don't forget. Just a peculiar, amazing, amusing thing is that last night we went to dinner in Lebanese and had Moroccan for lunch, and we went tonight for fancy hamburgers. I'll tell you about in a minute. But when we parked last night, in this neighborhood, a few blocks from here, very, very dense, concentrated, parking on the streets only. I said about that before. So we had to park on a street named Olive. 9 minutes to walk to this little bitty Lebanese place. And our server, female, first name Oliver, and our last name was Oliver. So it's a weird thing. John Oliver, Jim Oliver, server Oliver. We had to remember where we're parked on Olive Street, which is a long way. I've never walked that far to go to a restaurant. Anyway, so, cha-cha-cha. Turn the page. As I said before or not, but I asked them to get me a space heater, so I'll be warmer tonight. Space heater is like a little radiator thingy that plugs into the wall, so it'll be warmer. And I'm so glad. So Jim, when he first came to St. Louis, worked at this employer that he's been at for, I forget how many years. I'll ask him later and tell you later. But 5, 6, 7, 8 years, whatever, years. And he used to go into the office, and he says that in his industry, in the IT industry, there are lots and lots of different specialists. They do this particular thing real well, and this one does that, engineer this, a programmer that, and this person is this, and I don't even know all the specialties. But there's few people like him that can bring them all together and let them work in a collaborative, cooperative way. He says he calls his job like a traffic cop, and his boss calls him a gatekeeper. And he, well, what can I say without saying it? He was laid off. That's a legitimate-ish way to say it. A week ago, and this is going to be his last week. But now to find his replacement, which is going to be difficult because of the complexity of his work. I mean, many other jobs are more well-defined than his, and he has a fine replacement and the train's replacement. So it extended his stay another month, which is, I don't know, good for his transition, etc. Just learned that tonight. But what's significant about this is that when he first came here, he went into the office. Oh, see, I like my glasses without the glare. In the office. And he learned about this particular hamburger place that does specialized hamburgers. There's one of them in the Preston Center. I think one like this. No, not so much. Anyway, so you pick what kind of meat and what kind of bun and what kind of condiments and what kinds of you have like multi choices. It's really, really good hamburger. And I tried to I was very new to it. It used to be where he went to have his lunch, and he really liked it. And so the job kept jumbling around, and the company kept jumbling around, and they said, "You can work from home." He says, "Okay, I'll work from home." So he goes to his office 4 times a year. That's kind of like, he lives in a big city, but same city, but it's a big city, which is like, okay, we're in the 21st century for sure. So it's one place he likes. We drove a long way, good 15, 20 minutes or more, 30 minutes to get there. A great meal. It was like a specialized hamburger. So you want little avocado? Do you want sprouts? Do you want this dressing or that? It's just make very very tasty. Great conversation. And unlike most places that have franchises, you see all the same Burger Kings everywhere or IHOPs or Starbucks. This is the only one of those places. Think about maybe someday getting a second one. Okay, well, that is different. And I said to the person coming in the door, I walked in the door and said hi, and I said hi. I'm very friendly and outgoing, gregarious in that setting. Nobody was much was there, and I said that my brother, we drove a long way to come to this one outfit. We passed lots of other eating places to come to this one little outfit. And I said, and I had come from Dallas, so God sent me from Dallas to come meet you. And she was a manager. Her name was Allie. So pray for Allie. Because, and I was just, and so I just believe that I'm walking in the power of the Spirit and the love of God. And flew back, and we had our meal, and I showed Jim some books that I bought, and one of the books at the bookstore was 100 Things to Do in St. Louis Before You Die. So he was kind of fanning through that book. I finished our meal, and I ate half my great big hamburger, but the other half, I want to go get a to-go clam cup. It used to be called doggy bags in the day, which used to be like just little brown lunch bags. But then there was the plastic clam things, and we still call them doggy bags sometimes. Anyway, so go get one of those. I saw Allie. She was there, not to make us rich, all but to like 9 o'clock, almost 9 o'clock. And I said, and I asked her, do you read the Bible? That's my question I ask folks. Dallas, a whole lot. And so I asked her. And she says, well, not really. I said, do you want to? Well, I said, well, if you want to, then this is for you. I gave her this. I carry this with me all the time. This is a one page. I open it, but I wanted to open it up. See, I don't like to give it to them unopened because it can read like a evangelism tract, and that can scare people. I open it up and show this whole thing. It is a one page. It's like a topical Bible study with references. And again, because I've been friendly, and because there's somebody there, and because God's with me, and y'all are praying, she took it. A coworker was right there beside him, and he was more reluctant. And I offered one to him, more reluctant. He said, well, I'm a Catholic. I sold my Bible from a childhood. And I went, that's fine. Catholics can read the Bible. It's a Bible study. And most Catholics just heads up, bubble. Most Catholics do not read their Bible. If you go online or listen around to people who've come to faith from Catholicism, it's because they started to read their Bible. Just read it, not study it, not memorize it, just read it. And they saw that what the Bible says compared to what the church says are not the same. And the Bible's full of grace and forgiveness and love, and the church is not full of sin. And there's lots of, anyway, I won't go there, but I could teach and preach about that for a long time. Lots of people have done that. I'm not going there. So she took it. She'll pray for Alan. I don't know about him, but I know his name. But that was cool. So on the way back, Jim took me the long way, the long way. We went much, much further. Washington University. Never heard of it before in my life. Gigantic campus with huge buildings. Never heard of it. Right? But in that neighborhood, other neighborhoods, because they kept commenting on the architecture of this neighborhood. It was just lovely. But where Allie was, and that company was, it's more like Dallas. It's kind of like, yeah, you got standard looking, ordinary, modern houses and restaurants and offices and, usual stuff in the last 20, 30, 40 years, 20, 30 years, I guess. There's no character and style and personality. And I think that what I would really like to do, let me look at that, make myself in there. Cool. Make myself in there. Architecture tour. That does that. I just love Well, I do plan to go on the tourist tour, 22 stops in 90 minutes. That's a crazy good pace. But I'll probably do that on Monday, maybe Tuesday. I've even got to the park, which is near, but it's kind of cold and it's not very. It's all and they have a hard winter, so it's really pretty huge. And they got museums and a zoo in it. I mean, it's seriously big zoo. If so, and then he took me all around, saw all different architectures, and it's just I'm just amazed. Never been amazed as before about architecture until I came here. Last thought, I came here, coming in, the receptionist lady at the desk there, chatted with her for a while, really tired. She's working 7 days straight. She's got a 5-year-old daughter, wants to go home with her, going to come back early in the morning, and just chatting, just empathizing, and asked her, read the Bible. Oh, yes. African American women, single moms, more likely to read the Bible. The further south you go, the more likely they do that. Because the other one's a white woman. So I says, then I have something for you. And I opened it up and gave it to her, and she goes, oh, ooh, ooh, I'm going to use it. Oh, I keep it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, anyway, that was very cool. It's a good thing to carry. So, look up online, get you some. Called Ready Reference. It's put out by Pocket Testament League. And besides these print versions, where it's as big as one page, they have a PDF version that you can get and share for free. PDF. Yeah, well, there's a link to that anyway. Oh, I can put a link. That's what I'll do. I'll put a link to it in the description. Hey ho. But you can give out some blank Gospel of John from Living Water. I've done that with many thousands of those. Also do for free. Anyway, I'm kind of tired. End of the day, I'll meet my brother tomorrow. We're gonna go and have some more adventures. So it's really the end, huh? Anything else more to say? Look at my notes, looking around, nothing more to say. So, shalom. So, shalom. Did we stop? Oh, stop phone. Oh, stop. I think